Hello, everybody. I'll give it that few minutes to let people log on. Few things to discuss today. It's not going to be very popular in the second half, but it has to be discussed. People have to know what's going on. And first, we're going to begin with the COVID holidays right here, Alberta and the rest of Canada, as the rollout of elected officials continues to grow. And what a lot of people don't realize is it wasn't just the elected officials, namely the Alberta Liberal Party. Most of that board of insiders, which are almost all British, by the way, doctorates or people married to someone who owns a practice, and they're wealthy citizens. Most of them have been overseas in the last month or at least over the last couple months. All of them are not working from home. They're working abroad. That's a fact. They're Zooming. They're going live abroad. That's an absolute fact. Almost all of them have taken private trips, have left all the problems here and gone to where they feel most comfortable, which is generally where they're from. And then that's a reality. Albertans, Canadians, that's real. That's Canada. That's a first-class system we are absolutely going to go through here in case law, and we're going to show all of you and the entire world exactly how Canada works and how very, very broken it really is. And it's proved in case law and what judges are forced to do all kinds of times in this country and in our precedent law. It's not a juristocracy where the judges are corrupted. May see that in some of the municipal remote regions, but the reality is, for a large majority of it, it's a crown power utilized against many of our justices. What they're allowed to even present, to even take your case, or what they're even allowed to rule on. That's a fact. But now we're going to go into the bread and butter of this post. It's really going to upset a lot of patriots. I think it's going to upset a lot of women, but I have to do it. I've been on a monumental amount of work here in constitutional law, much located in the United States, but still heavily all around the world with the best universities, the best experts you could ever find. And next week I start with at least about 18 of them in literally back-to-back forums all of next week, the entire week, from morning till evening. And because a lot of it's around the world, and in all these presentations I have to go through, that I'm going to be involved in and learn as much as I can, share as much as I can, and meet all kinds of new experts worldwide. Inside of that, and this learning that I've been undertaking, it really becomes apparent that there's been a big propaganda presented. And right now, starting tomorrow, women patriots under that Donald Trump initiative are going with a massive rally in Washington, okay? They want to sit there at the Capitol. They want to sit out in front of the White House, and they're saying America first, women for America first. Well, I hate to disappoint you. I got some visitor here. I'm not... Oh, someone's... Oh, gas meter. Sorry, everybody. But what I want to get into here, getting back on track, I just thought, a strange man in my yard here. You know, you got to watch it these days. But what I want to get into is this, is that women's suffrage was done in the United States of America. The woman's right to vote, the 15th Amendment, that was done in the American 20s. Just over 100 years ago, not even 100 years ago. Women got the right to vote. And do you know what else that led to? America first. Absolutely, post the 15th Amendment and women gaining the right to vote and what they came through with the Spanish flu, the Great Depression, and leading up into what were the dirty 30s, they created America first. Women were front and center of that. And that absolutely was nonpartisan. That was a time when all Americans, whether you were Democrat or Republican, voted for a system that absolutely empowered the people. Nothing nothing seen in this world. It was deadly against Age of Empires. It was deadly against the power of the world, the League of Nations, and the growing Axis power of the world. It was America establishing enshrined rights that you will not find anywhere else in the world. They were literally America first, giving rights and freedoms to the people, establishing sovereignty that all 50 states had, ending all oppressions, and embarking on a truly remarkable, world-credited civil rights movement not seen anywhere else. The absolute free world. And they didn't do that by stripping the sovereignty and the democracy away from their union of states. They absolutely enshrined the power of people, the power of the people in each state that they reside in. And that was cemented leading up to World War II. And post-World War II, America first took over the entire world. A feverish pitch where we see many, many nations gravitating, changing the whole world into what was supposed to be a nationalist respect for borders, a respect for individual rights and freedoms. And that was led none other than by women and post-women's suffrage and the right to vote. That's where America first started. Absolutely. And it went viral across this world. And now tomorrow, women, in the name of that universal suffrage, that great civil right won for women everywhere, to enshrine the laws of sovereignty that would infect the entire world. And you want to change all that. You want to go tomorrow and you want to tear the Constitution. Not only the Constitution of the United States, you wish to absolutely piss on the entire 50 states and all their differences, because I promise you this, I live in Edmonton, Alberta, a province in Canada. We have zero constitution whatsoever. We have a limited 8-page code of our Bill of Rights. That's it. That can be absolutely legislated at will with every elected party that comes to office, regardless of whatever party. Insiders, only as much as 5 people per party, get to tear apart this province I live in any time they're elected in majority. And there's nothing anybody can do about it until the following election. And yet in the United States of America, each individual state has enshrined these rights, and absolutely in every single state constitution, with many variations as growth and development of being sovereign and independent. A gift to the entire world called the UN that's being usurped right now. And right there in America today, millions of women are marching to strip everything that they had won, that their ancestors and a mass majority, partisan of Americans led by none other than women, created America first, to provide equality, respect for your fellow man, to enshrine rights that can never be taken away. And tomorrow you go to march to say, you know what? I want to tear up the Constitution. I want to tear apart all of that state sovereignty, every single of the 50. I want to say you have no sovereign rights whatsoever because I'm not happy with how an election went. Now, I understand, we all do. Right here in Canada, by order of council, we were absolutely watching our Prime Minister with Crown power, with absolutely none of our legislatures or Parliament, push through a bill to absolutely transform our Elections Act with no say, no nothing, just a little cue card of our parliamentarians voting on, but yet none of them have even read it, let alone had anything to do with legislating it. Not a single one. A privy council, a secret house. Can you imagine the United States of America, which is what you're attempting to do tomorrow? You want to go to a system like Canada, where any politician at any time that you elect can lie their face off to you, tell you everything you want to hear, and then mandate as many laws against you because your Constitution will mean nothing. Now, I understand the mail-in ballots. I understand what happened there. And there are states that are likely to have been corrupted through major municipalities. That really sucks. But you have to fight it on the sovereign state level, individually each state. That is the great education Donald Trump left with you. And unfortunately, what he is doing tomorrow and what you're all doing tomorrow is absolutely wrong, unconstitutional, and absolutely promises to further destabilize the world and actually further push you into the socialist, globalist reset. You've been bamboozled by propagandists from both the right and left who are absolutely well organized, well paid, and well situated in very globalist, wealthy organizations, tricking you through many narratives, which much of it is absolutely false, but done to explode movements, to take away from what Donald Trump was trying to do. It's all ruined now. Now, I don't think Donald Trump's going to quit. I think he'll continue on with the Republican Party. But know this, tomorrow you may very well see the Democrats win majority Senate with the Georgia Senate races spin-offs. And why? Because you wanted to take sovereignty. Many Republicans are running away from the Donald Trump narrative that's going tomorrow and the day after. Many, a majority, joining the absolute Democrat majority. He is going to get a worse vote than he got in the election, meaning ultimately he's going to have a worse showing than what the election was. And absolutely it's going to tear the Republican Party apart because there are enough educated Republicans like myself, like Peter Zion, that understand constitutionalism, upset, angry at how the election went, but no, you can't tear apart that democratic institution. You can't tear up constitutionalism, and you can't go autocratic, or you will be the next China. You will be the next civil law Russia or France. And I promise you, those are no nation to model. Now, it's true, academics will argue, and even friends of mine, oh, Canada makes laws way faster than the United States. They can get things done way quicker. But you know what? They can also tear down a nation a hell of a lot faster, too. They can also, at will, steal your civil rights, enshrined or otherwise, that you thought were enshrined, but absolutely are not. You don't want to go down this path. America is the shining beacon of the freest place in the world. Are there things they have to work on? Are they always under attack? Yes. Is everything always going to be fair and work out righteously? No. But it doesn't mean you tear down the institution. It doesn't mean you tear it apart, because I promise you, it's more than likely, if Georgia's Senate race spin-offs go badly, which it's looking like that, it's very well looking like it could be. And if Biden wins a majority Senate, and he ascends with this new massive majority of Republican and Democrats, it's over. His executive power, his powers in House, and powers of Senate to ascend, we are going to see absolutely the United States change forever. And you know what? You're likely to see states break away. Texas, Illinois. What? Illinois? You just watch. This is my presentation today. Take it as you want. Take the hurt feelings report, get angry, take off, run away, whatever. But if you thought that this is going to lead to more rights and freedoms or making you a more freer people, you're absolutely, completely, and 100% wrong. And you're absolutely going the other way in the opposite direction, and in fact, strengthening that which you say you wish to stop. That's the truth. Stay tuned. Tomorrow, I'm going to do a great presentation on what I talked about earlier in this presentation, proving the system of Canada, proving that how judges are absolutely regulated and are unable to even look at your cases in some circumstance, or can absolutely be usurped and told, you can't rule on this. That's a fact. And we're going to provide you, me and another Albertan, with a case example and the judge and actual live living witnesses in that case and in that case law where it's absolutely outlined 100%. And we're going to chase down the whole colonial power that absolutely usurps our entire justice system. The opposite of justocracy. It's the autocracy of the political power over your justice system, usurping all of your rights at any time they wish, with absolutely no vote, no democracy, none whatsoever. Institutionalized autocracy. Thanks, everybody. Have a great night. Canada's Hockey Game Juniors is on. I guess they're going for the gold. I don't champion Canada anymore, but I sure love hockey. Bye now.